Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Okay, so we're going to look at the wrap up. Now I've done March and April in one way, in one video, because I only had a couple of decks that arrived during March. It was all very quiet in that respect. So let's just look at the decks that arrived. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is the ultimate feminine and masculine deck. Love the imagery. I still have to work with it because I still can't read the writing that well. I sort of struggle with the cursive writing on this cards. Like, the images are gorgeous, love them, love the energy, the vibration, but I'm still really sort of struggling with reading the titles. I sort of have to bring out a magnifying glass to even get there. They are beautiful, the masculine, feminine parts of the deck, and the way the images are just stunning. But I really need to sort of start working with this deck in some way. Oops. So absolutely love the decks, but the writing I really struggle with. So that's something I have to work with over time, and it is on my list to do. I just have other things at the moment. So, and the box I find quite hard to open and close, unfortunately, so they are in a little bag for now until I get a decent bag to put them into. So is that to start with. Also, what came through was the Compendium of Witches Oracle deck. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Seems to open quite easily. The guidebook's gorgeous, the cardstock's lovely. Again, split into two with the witches and the voices. So absolutely gorgeous with what's coming through with you. So yes, stunning images, stunning artwork, absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, absolutely beautiful deck to work with. Really feel the energy of it, feel the love coming through. Just feels very luxurious when you touch the cards. Haven't used them a lot yet, a little bit, but not a lot. Okay. What else has come through for me is the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. This was originally a bordered deck. It is now borderless. It is beautiful. It is one of the decks that I used a lot, the bordered version, used a lot when I was doing readings full time, when I was reading in a store or in a healing centre. I used this deck a lot, and a lot of mediumship came through when I was using these cards with face-to-face with clients. I found that the messages that came through were very specific to somebody that had actually passed. So such a beautiful, beautiful deck. There is one card here that makes me, when I look at this deck, reminds me of this client that I had. And I was shuffling the deck, and this card actually flew out, the flying card with the horse on it. And very clearly I got, where was my white horse? And I'm thinking, where is my white horse? And so I said to the lady, where is my white horse? This is coming from a very young girl who has passed over. And she was like, oh my God, that's my daughter. who passed, and we were supposed to have white horses at her funeral, but I couldn't get a white horse and got a brown horse instead. So now she's letting me know where was my white horse. You know, it would really made sense to the mother, and I mean that was really specific. So little things like that I found with this deck incredible when doing face-to-face with clients. It was amazing what came through. So really beautiful deck to work with, absolutely gorgeous, love it, love it, love it. Okay, very small collection arrived for this month, of course, with Supernatural coming through. Love the imagery, again, that very luxurious feeling. I think it's going to take me a little while to sort of get used to sort of separating the cards, sort of use them a little bit. I want to get into a little bit more with the characters and really sort of start to get to know this deck just a wee bit better. Even though I'm a Supernatural fan, watched all 15 seasons, I mean, or watched all 15 seasons, and wish it hadn't stopped. I still feel like it's got a lot more to it. So yeah, I just love this deck, and I can really sort of appreciate the characters that they chose. I feel like some of the cards, even though the pip cards are okay, I still feel as though there could have been something more done with some of these pip cards. I think they could have been more scenic. I don't think they need to be pipped, but anyway, that's what's chosen, that's what it is. So yeah, absolutely love this deck other than that, and I think I'm going to use it a lot during the season. So yeah, for me, perfect. So another deck that's still on my to work with list. I am slowly getting through my list of decks that I want to work with. Now the other deck that came through was the Universal Celtic, which you would have just seen recently, the unboxing. Beautiful deck, cardstock feels gorgeous, the imagery is stunning, and I cannot wait to work with this on a deeper level. So that's definitely a deck I'm not far away from connecting to. Now, I actually got the bag as well, that was new in, and I also got the Blessed Bee cards from Lucy Cavendish, so another deck to add to the Lucy Cavendish collection. Again, guidebooks are gorgeous, has a lot in them. I always feel there's a lot of information in these books, so they really need a good read to really get to know. And again, the backs are stunning, the artwork's beautiful, the messages are gorgeous. I just think, I mean, don't they look stunning together? I'm really pleased with that combination of cards. This is my Universal Celtic Tarot. It's the only Celtic Tarot that I actually have, and Celtic Oracle as such. Even though I've got Mists of Avalon and that sort of stuff, to me, this was my really only truly Celtic Oracle deck that I actually have at this time. So this is my Celtic combination. So what I'm doing at the moment is really thinking very carefully what tarot deck and what oracle deck actually work together in a theme. So I think that's really an important aspect to it. I mean, isn't this art just stunning? Isn't this art just gorgeous? Oh, I'm so looking forward to working with this. To me is going to be a very, I feel like this is a real spring deck, so it is going to be a few more months before I actually dive deep into this deck. So it is on my shelf at this time, but I know when spring comes into play, or just before spring, I am going to be diving deep into these two decks together. So that's it from me in regards to tarot and oracle decks. If we've continued, look, I've been a real binge watcher when it comes to really watching with what's going on with TV series. I've binge watched The Sentinel. I've binge watched. I've actually been watching all the NCIS, of course, but of course I've got a bit of a break with that. So there's that new TV series Never, which I've just started watching, which has been really cool. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. All I'm going to say is there are a whole lot of people that are what called turned, and that's all I'm going to give you. Another TV series which has been really amazing to watch was The Irregulars, of course. There was Shadow and Bone, which was really cool to watch. Shadow and Bones was really cool to watch. I couldn't wait for season 2. I've been watching, of course, Charmed, the new version, of course. There was Walker, which of course seems to have sort of stopped. That MacGyver is actually finishing. This is the last season of MacGyver, that second, the newer version, which is sad to say. I'm waiting for Lucifer, waiting for Outlander. I've been watching FBI, of course, and FBI Most Wanted. Been watching the Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, and Chicago Meds, which has been quite good. There's so many amazing TV series that just keep on going season after season, and you just sort of can't quite get enough. You're sort of waiting for that next episode to arrive, of course. So yeah, really enjoying at the moment. I'm actually watching the 2014 Flash series. So sort of enjoying that, sort of a relaxing end of the night, end of a wind down, had dinner, mucked around online for a bit, and then sort of really sort of taking a break, and just, to me, they're just programs that I can just chill out, relax, not have to think too much about, which is why I'm enjoying those binge watching TV series. Now, the other thing that's been going on basically is there's some stuff happening with my daughter and her partner, and they actually want me to move in with them. So that's another thing that we've been doing, is looking at places to move into. So that's the big thing for us at this time. Now, the cards that have just come through, I'm just going to do a bit of a quick thing, as it says there's a one-ring circus. Just tells me that it's been a bit everything going on at once in that way. It may feel like everything's been quite chaotic, doesn't feel very organized at this time. There is a sense of reflecting into the unknown with the moonlight, and just remembering to sort of have that sense of sacredness flow through the journey. So I think that's really important, that everything's been chaotic. It does feel like, you know, you've got the one-ring circus and the stormfields, and that to me is just chaos going around. It feels like you're walking into the unknown. So in a way, it's about surrendering to this moment and allowing the flow to happen. So there's a sense of surrender to what's actually going on, even though there are things that you actually physically need to do to take action to move ahead. Now, this is very resonant with me at this time. This really resonates with what's going on for me. It does feel like there's a whole lot of stuff happening. We are moving into the unknown, what's going on, but we do have to allow things to sort of flow naturally, but also there are things that we actually need to do to allow that to actually happen. There are steps that need to be taken. You can't just sit back on your laurels and expect everything to happen. There are actual steps that need to be taken. So anyway, that's my month of March and April wrap up, so to speak, and really interesting in what lies ahead for us at this time. So don't forget to check the links below, check the links on my channel, like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care, and blessed be.